thank you everyone who's joined tonight. I should have started by saying a few things about myself, but I think most of that's been covered. But I haven't just arrived for this election. I'm Oldham born and bred. Born here at the Royal Oldham Hospital, brought up here, studied at Oldham View, and I still live here in the heart of the constituency in Higginshaw. And professionally, I'm a barrister. I used to teach law at Manchester University. I'm involved in charities which provide housing support for people with mental health problems and learning disabilities. And I've got involved in politics here in Oldham East and Sarawak because this is home for me. This is where I live, and I want to play my part in doing what I can to improve things here. I should start by saying a few things about why we're here and this by-election. I think we all need to draw a line under the Woolworths affair on what went on. Very disappointing. And the circumstances leading up to this by-election were very disappointing. So I started this election campaign by signing a clean campaign pledge. The chairman of our party came down and we signed that and said we need to engage in a positive campaign. It's got to be an engaging one and it's got to be an honest campaign. And I invited all the other candidates in this election to sign that clean campaign pledge. Sadly today no one has, and I'm very disappointed about that. And that brings me to another point which is very important I want to make at this stage. I'm not going to discuss many substantive issues because I hope they're going to be discussed in questions. But this is a very important election, not least because this seat is a three-horse race. And that's part of the reason for the interest that it's attracting. No one credible is suggesting it's not a three-horse race. In May, I lost by just 2,400 votes. And that's fewer votes than what the Lib Dems lost by in the three general elections before them. And that's very important to have in mind. I'm going to encourage people not to vote tactically, but vote for the candidate and the party they feel best represents them. Because every vote's going to matter and every vote's going to count. And the number of times I've heard in the past from Conservative voters, voting Labour to keep the Lib Dems out, or voting Lib Dems to keep Labour out. I said to them, vote Conservative. We have a fantastic chat. You can have a Conservative MP for this seat. Instead of Labour and the Lib Dems fighting each other, I'll fight for you guys. And what will that fight be? What am I campaigning on? What are my key issues? Again, I'm not going to go into a lot of details because I'm hoping they'll be discussed in questions. But first, regenerating the local economy, bringing in jobs, better public transport, and championing private sector investment. But secondly, it's a diverse constituency. There are real problems of drugs, antisocial behaviour and crime, and I want to make that a priority. So I look forward to your questions, debating with the other candidates, and persuading you to trust me with your vote. Thank you.
Again, can I just check everybody can hear me? Thank you very much. And again, thank you for the introduction. Thank you to the Chronicle for hosting tonight's event. And to you for coming along today. It really is about democracy in action. It's a pleasure to be here. A little bit about me. You've already heard some information. I've actually lived in Newhay for 24 years and I've worked in the constituency, not quite as long as that, but almost that. And as a working mum, I know a lot in terms of the issues that face many families in our constituency. I'm not a career politician. My background is in health, as has been said, but I absolutely believe in public service. My whole working life has been dedicated to public service, and I believe politics should be about public service. Over recent weeks, I've had the privilege of meeting thousands of local people as I've been knocking doors, visiting people in their houses, and they've told me about the issues that they face, and also in terms of their hopes and aspirations. So many people have expressed real concern, real disappointment with this government, with the broken promises and choices that this government has made, this Lib Dem and Tory government. We believe that choices like this, and many of them have said this, are absolutely unfair. They hit the most vulnerable in society, and again, this is not what we want in our borough at all. We need a strong MP who will put fairness at the heart of their work, and I believe that fairer societies do better. They are better for everybody. That's not just an intuitive belief. There is lots of evidence around that as well. I promise I will campaign to protect our public which is the Cali Indoor Sports Centre. These are very important to our community. There is real anger about the broken promises from this government. Before the general election, both my opponents promised to increase police numbers, and I said before, they're actually going down. I think 155 were promised from this election. We're actually seeing reduced by 1,400. Before the general election, the Lib Dems promised to abolish tuition fees. We're seeing them trebled. The House Member, I think Mr Watkins said this is morally wrong, that there should be debt imposed on young people before they start their working lives. Before the general election, Mr Cameron said that increasing VAT would be a regressive tax. It would hit the poorest hardest. And yet we're seeing this now. Mr Clegg, I think he talked about a bombshell in terms of the VAT, and that £389 would be added to the average household bills. These are not my words, they're his, and I have them here. And we know that the Institute of Fiscal Studies has said that the VAT hike will affect the poorest of our society, those that can least afford to pay. And that's not fair. I met Roger, the wool manufacturer in Delft just down the road, and he said that he's not able to expand his business because of the VAT hike. So it's actually threatening our recovery. This is the wrong tax at the wrong time. The by-election will see us voters a unique opportunity to send a clear and decisive message to this government. This government's policies are not helping communities like ours, they're hurting them. This by-election is a choice. It's a choice between the coalition government, these two here, or fairness. My pledge to you is that I will do everything in my power to make sure that what we have is fair. I will work hard for you, I'll be accountable to you. I will represent your interests, not Westminster's, and I will never make a promise I can't keep. Thank you.